What if a single discovery in the Egyptian desert completely reshaped how the entire world saw Egypt? What if it wasn't just about gold and treasure, but about a nation rediscovering its own story? This is the tale of how a boy king, buried for over 3,000 years, came back to life in 1922 and sparked a global fever.
Ho, ho, ho!
In the early 20th century, Egypt was a land of ancient whispers and modern change. Along the Nile, near the city of Luxor, lay the Valley of the Kings, a royal necropolis that had attracted adventurers and archaeologists for decades.
Ho, ho, ho!
Many believed it had given up all its secrets. Foreign missions came and went, digging in the relentless sun, searching for a story that most thought was already finished. But the local Egyptian workers, the men whose ancestors had built these very tombs, they knew the valley better than anyone.
Ho, ho, ho!
They felt its rhythms, understood its sands, and held on to a quiet hope that something incredible was still waiting beneath their feet. Among them was a young water boy named Hussein Abdel Rasool. For years, the British archaeologist Howard Carter had been searching for the lost tomb of a minor pharaoh, Tutankhamun. His funding was about to run out, and this was his last chance.
Ho, ho, ho!
On November 4th, 1922, as Hussein was clearing some ground, his tool hit something hard. It wasn't a rock. It was a step carved into the bedrock. He called out, and soon the entire team was frantically but carefully clearing the sand, step by step. A hidden staircase emerged from the earth, leading down into the darkness.
Ho, ho, ho!
At the bottom was a sealed doorway, stamped with the unbroken royal seals of the necropolis. After years of failure, this was it. Carter sent a telegram to his sponsor, Lord Carnarvon, telling him to come at once. On November 26th, with a small, breathless crowd gathered, Carter made a tiny hole in the top corner of the sealed door.
Ho, ho, ho!
He held up a candle and peered inside. The air inside, untouched for millennia, rushed out, extinguishing the flame. He lit it again. Carnarvon, standing behind him, anxiously asked, "Can you see anything?" Carter, utterly stunned, could only whisper back, "Yes." Wonderful things. What he saw was beyond imagination. Glimmering gold everywhere.
Ho, ho, ho!
Strange animal statues, ornate chairs, dismantled golden chariots, and countless chests filled with treasures. It wasn't just a tomb. It was a perfectly preserved time capsule of a pharaoh's life and afterlife. Room after room revealed more wonders, but the real prize was still hidden.
Ho, ho, ho!
Behind another sealed doorway lay the burial chamber itself. Inside, a series of nested golden shrines protected the sarcophagus of Tutankhamun, and within that, the iconic solid gold mask that would become the face of ancient Egypt itself. The discovery was a global sensation. Newspapers around the world splashed headlines about the boy king and his fabulous wealth.
Ho, ho, ho!
But as the excitement grew, a darker story began to take shape. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier, died suddenly in Cairo a few months after the tomb was opened, from an infected mosquito bite. The media, hungry for a dramatic narrative, seized upon this. They called it the Curse of the Pharaohs.
Ho, ho, ho!
They spun tales of a vengeful spirit guarding the tomb, striking down anyone who dared disturb its peace. Soon, any misfortune that befell someone connected to the dig was attributed to the curse. The reality was much less mystical. Most people involved lived long, healthy lives.
Ho, ho, ho!
But the myth was far more exciting than the truth, and it took on a life of its own, forever linking Tutankhamun's name with mystery and supernatural dread. Beyond the curse and the gold, the discovery had a profound impact on Egypt itself. At the time, Egypt was fighting for full independence from British control.
Ho, ho, ho!
The rediscovery of this incredible, purely Egyptian heritage became a powerful symbol of national pride and identity. Egyptians saw that their history wasn't just something for foreign museums to claim. It was their own living legacy. The cry Egypt for the Egyptians grew louder, and the government eventually took control of the artifacts, ensuring they would remain in their homeland.
Ho, ho, ho!
This marked a turning point in how archaeological finds were handled globally. The world went wild with Egyptomania. Ancient Egyptian motifs appeared everywhere. Fashion designers created clothing inspired by pharaonic art. Architects built cinemas and skyscrapers with Egyptian-style columns and decorations.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hollywood churned out movies about mummies and curses, shaping our pop culture view of ancient Egypt for generations. The Boy King's Treasures went on a world tour, drawing record-breaking crowds and giving millions of people their first glimpse into the sophistication and beauty of this ancient civilization.
Ho, ho, ho!
Tourism to Egypt boomed as people flocked to the Nile to see the land of the pharaohs for themselves, a trend that continues to this day. Today, the story of Tutankhamun is more alive than ever. His treasures, once hidden beneath the sand, are now the centerpiece of the magnificent Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza, a state-of-the-art home for Egypt's priceless heritage.
Ho, ho, ho!
They stand as a testament not only to the wealth of a king but to the incredible skill of the ancient artisans who created them. And they remind us of the Egyptian workers whose knowledge of the land led to their rediscovery.
Ho, ho, ho!
From a forgotten tomb in the Valley of the Kings to a global cultural phenomenon, the story of Tutankhamun is proof that sometimes the greatest treasures are the stories buried right beneath our feet, waiting for the right moment to change the world. What's your favorite story or myth from ancient Egypt? Let us know in the comments below.
Ho, ho, ho!
And if you enjoyed this journey back in time, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more stories from history. Thanks for watching.
Ho, ho, ho!